And we are live. Boom, boom, boom. The live stream is behind sometimes that I do not realize like how behind it is. So I'm like setting things up and it's basically taking things away. It's interesting. Okay. But let's look at the markets for the day. Let's see what's happening. We have Bitcoin down 3% in 24 hours, 7857. Ethereum down 3%, XRP down 3%. Are there any winners here, folks? Are there any winners? The crypto market's basically down between 3 and 6%. Might be a good time to accumulate. Let's hit the 24-hour. So we have Blockstack up 16%. Syntex Network, Aave, Waves up 10%. Waves making some big moves. Looks like it's bull flagging there when I look at it here, this little move here. Ren is making moves up 8%. It's funny, I bought Ren a while back, and I just held it for months, right? I just held it, and now that I'm up 30%. I bought it in October, and it was literally a negative position up until like a week ago. Hedera Hashgraph up 3%. Kyber Network. Kyber looking really interesting. Would like to do a dive in that. Looked at CryptoLark. Kyber Network basically is once you buy this coin, you do what's called staking. A lot of people don't realize what staking is. Staking is saying that you have a coin on the public blockchain and letting everybody know. You can't really move it. You could take it out of staking anytime you want, but when you keep it in staking, you let the actual company know who made the coin that you're holding the coin. It's basically like a public announcement that you're not spending, that you're hoarding. And when you hoard any currency or asset, you increase the price because you're not using it to get spent. You're making scarcity by keeping it inside. So, yeah. Okay. We checked the price of gold up $2, 0.16%. Not too great. The market just opened. Let's look what happened. Oh, actually, one more minute. But the Dow should be down about 600 points immediately. I think that should happen. JNUG, the Dow, things of that nature. If I go to my Gust funds, we have the Dow. Is that real? Opening? No, it hasn't opened yet. No, why it says up 1100. That wasn't yesterday. Interesting. Unless it froze, or maybe it is up 1100 right now. Let's see what happens. The Dow's about to open right now. I think it is up. No, but it's just the Dow futures are down 700 points as hope fades. Yeah, the Dow should be down 1,000. I think we're going to lose another $1,400 today on the Dow. That's happening. We got Amazon here. We got, oh, it's loading. Pre-market. Here we go. The Dow opens down 400, 682, 700 points. The Dow opens down 700 points, folks. I've been saying my retracement is on its way. So I've been shorting this market. You should short it with SPXU. I just wanted to make a smaller version of what I usually watch, so I didn't have like so much to look at. XPXU, let's look at it. If we're overbought or oversold, let's look for a position for you if you're trying to get in. We do see a double top, okay? The measured move on that double top would be something like this. If this occurs, put SPXU down back at 15. That's possible. We aren't oversold yet, though. We still have room to move, and we have, I don't know, this histogram could keep bouncing, but it looks like it will turn on us eventually. We're on the 4 hour, so it's pretty strong. Let's look at the daily. On the daily, we're not oversold yet either, but this is going to curve. Let's try to see it goes that high. Eventually, it usually does have to make a stop. Do you short the market today? Like, can you get more out of this 8%? Lately, shorting has been working. If you buy the SPXU at the end of the day, like between 2 and 3, and then you sell it the next morning, seems to be about right. But yeah, this JNUG stock, it's about the curve though. We are in the oversold region, so it's time. It's gonna make a little turn here. It's got a higher low. I'm very, very aggressive on this stock, JNUG, which is a Direxion Shares ETF, electronically traded fund, trust, junior gold miners, index bull 3x shares. So you get 3x leverage on all the gold mining companies and gold and things of that nature. Now, with oil being down, it's easier to mine gold. So that's also something worth thinking about. So those are the Gus funds. Why do I call them the Gus funds? That's a personal thing, but yeah, those are the Gus funds. Okay, so Groupon taking a beating again, just down. So what is up today? We have INO back up again, which is, these are those pharmaceutical companies, health technology, medical supplies. You know they're going to sell a lot of supplies. They're not oversold yet, but they are returning on the MACD on the daily. Let's check it out on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, it's starting to come down, but eventually we should see a curve up. This may be a buy here, maybe in the 580 region. Something worth checking out, this INO Pharmaceuticals Inc. If they also work on the coronavirus vaccine, if something happens with that, you will see them pop like you wouldn't believe. So that's definitely something that's very, very possible. Very possible. Just want to check on the chat on the live stream. I'm going to watch a tutorial today how to implement the chat, how to get like I want to get like a XRP tip jar going, stuff of that nature, right? Maybe a buy here, maybe in the boom. So the chat, what's up, brother? You getting cabra fever yet? No, man. Honestly, things are going so well in my life. I this is really strange, and I'm not trying to be like a Debbie do-gooder or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but things are going so well in my life. I've actually never had like such, I don't know, like something I could disclose. You know, I always used to smoke pot at night and stuff, and I haven't touched pot in days. Exercise amazing. My daughter's being homeschooled, and my wife's home every day, so she brings me like home cooked food. I don't have to go out at work and like eat some random place. Even though I was eating a lot of vegan and healthy food, it's still like I'm sitting somewhere eating random food. My wife is just, she like marinated some chicken today. We're gonna have like an amazing meal. I take a lunch break and I play Monopoly with my daughter. So I've been teaching her more. My daughter's reading level has just extremely went up ever since we've been homeschooling her. So everything is going unbelievable. It's crazy, right? Like the Dow's crashing. But you know what? I'm heavy in gold, which is up $11 today. All my purchases in gold were below, you know, some were at like 1280. I think the most I spent on ounce of gold was 1360. So with that, and what do I see for gold? Let's just go over the gold chart. Okay. Now gold is getting into, I like to trash all my old work after things happen. So again, I'm going to show you how I trade and what goes on. But this is how I would trade if I was going to trade just gold by itself. So we clearly see a nice bottom here. This was an accumulation zone. If gold ever goes back into this region, I mean, it would be amazing to buy gold right here. I honestly don't know if that will ever happen. Here's our next region. Okay. And then this one here. And then we bounced. We made this. See how this was resistance, but it kind of acted as support. So 1588, I'm going to call that as our new bottom for gold. Something that I see happening. We do have a turn on the MACD right here on the 4 hour. So that means that we're about to go bullish on gold. Things are about to get even harder and better. Honestly, I'm going to stay in New York City. I think my job basically just let me work remotely. I had to write a crazy email, which I put on my live stream last night. I didn't disclose any names or anything out of legalities, but I had to say, hey, if you need to write an email to your job, maybe you should say that. You should say something like this. So now that stimulus plan that they thought was going to be good, that says that it may not happen exactly as thought as well. So once I establish my support and resistance points, because this is gold here, I then also look for a pattern of some type, okay? We're looking for patterns. And this is what I see as a rising wedge, okay? Now gold should hit the bottom of this trend line and keep moving up. Should, woulda, coulda. We don't know everything, but this is what the chart says, right? And what the MACD says. We had the V-shaped recovery. I'm keeping that out right now. But what I can also do is show you an uptrend that gold is in. And it's looking like Bitcoin in 2017. In a second, I'm going to juxtapose the Bitcoin and the gold chart, and you're going to see how weirdly strange they look. They look very similar on the daily. So I believe we're going to bounce off this trend line, and we're going to come up something like this. Bounce back again, and then go parabolic out. Now, if we go parabolic, let me show you where I see us going. Because I already said 1700. I called that, and we hit it. So that was a perfect call. I called it for like 3 weeks straight on my channel every day, and we hit it exactly. XRP user saw it last night. Great videos, bro. These stimulus plans only put us further in debt, so crypto will set us free at some point. Yeah, no, that's a great point, XRP user. I appreciate that, and I appreciate every contribution you make to the channel. It's people like you that keep me up, keep me going every day. Honestly, I need it, and I have been inside my apartment for 3 weeks now. I've gone on a few hikes, but I've had no social connections with anyone. I haven't seen my sisters, my parents, because I don't know who has the virus. I don't know much about. I still think the virus could mutate. There's things about the virus that I know that I don't even want to tell other people because they just can't handle it. Certain things aren't for everybody, and I've learned that throughout this process that some people can't handle it. Like, they don't want to know, like, the real pain that's upon us, right? Okay, but here we go for gold, staying on topic. So now 1841 is my new target. I think we rip out of this and go parabolic. And honestly, if we break out of this rising wedge, which is a 68% chance of break to the downside, I'll let you know that. There is a double top here too, which could possibly give us a measured move back to the 1440 region, but I just don't see that happening with what's happening. We're reset on the RSI, about to crack 50, which is very, very bullish. So we have way more room to move until we're overbought. And gold's already in an uptrend. So to me, to be reset on the RSI, to have a MACD cross coming, look out for $1,840 gold. That's my new prediction. I'm sticking to it. I'm heavy into JNUG right now. I'll disclose over $7,000 in a JNUG position right now. I am currently down. I'm not going to lie to you. I got in at like 55. We're down 10 on that 55, about 20%. So we're down about, I'd say about what, like 800, maybe like 1,200, about 1,200 bucks, $1,400. We're down completely on the $7,000. But I have strong faith. We're at the bottom of this triangle here for JNUG. I believe that was the bottom. Clearly, this was a strong bottom. We're resetting. We're super low on the RSI with our second high, which is always a good sign. Let me show you what I mean here. Here was our last really bang downtrend, and we came down here. We made another high, and then it was off to the races. Let me show you the gains that came after that buy. 215% if you bought gold down here, JNUG at 31, and were able to sell it. Even if you didn't get the top, you got somewhere in here, you made at least 80% if you were slipping, So gold super low here on the RSI. We're going to get a turn up. This is ready to go. So super bullish for JNUG. What do I see happening for JNUG? Well, we're in this giant triangle that I've been drawing and showing you all my resistance lines. And I see us going to $128, which will be up 143%. So I think in about a month or two, that $7,000 should turn into about $17,000. And that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. If you'd like to take my calls, you can. But again, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Read the disclaimer in the description. And yeah. Now, YouTube purge is keeping on. People are purging people, but a lot of the people getting purged, I've noticed, are people who are putting links to Bybit so they get money off commission. I mean, to me, that's unfair. Like, a lot of people don't know how to trade leverage and to just every day shove leverage down their throat and be like, oh, take my referral link. As you can see, I have no real referral links. If you look at my channel, my referral links are Brave browser. And let's just get into the Brave browser. If you're not using the Brave browser, you're slipping. You're slipping right now. So we've remained what a browser should be. It begins with giving you back the power, getting unmatched speed and security and privacy by blocking trackers, earn rewards by opting into our privacy-respecting ads, and help give publishers back their fair share of internet revenue. So let me explain what happens with Brave. You have Like let's say, let me show you what happens. We'll turn off the screen and we'll go to a random YouTube video, okay? Try to find one that I think will have some ads in it. Someone who's doing clickbait or something. Looking for some ads, some clickbait. Tiny homes, they might have some clickbait. I love watching tiny homes. No, this guy was awesome. He put no ads in his video. But you know when you see the yellow throughout a video? Here's one. I'll go to coast because this one is one I know. And I know it's a little off topic, but it is and it isn't because I want to show you guys stuff. So you go to coast, you hit it. Right when I hit it, let me turn off the ad blocker, right? If I have the ad blocker on, the first thing I get is an ad. First thing that comes at me is an ad, okay? Look, VRBO. And I have to wait for this whole ad to finish before I watch what I want to watch. It's annoying, right? Now, if I have the ad blocker off, I get paid basic attention token to give some of my basic attention away. So if I sit here through this ad, right? Now let me show you what happens when I throw the shield on. The ad disappears immediately. I get to start watching exactly what I want to watch immediately. I don't get any basic attention token, but I also don't have to give away any of my basic attention. So this is something I just really want to push and talk about, because if you're not using the Brave browser, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're watching these ads anyway. You're getting tracked anyway. They're stopping you from getting tracked. They're doing all sorts of great things to help you. So you really, really want to use it. Now, if we flip the ad blocker back off, you're going to be places. Look, the ad comes right back on, right? And we have to wait. Look, I can't skip through it. I can't get, and we all have small attention spans at this point. People want to see what they want to see. So, you know, but yeah, basic attention token. So that's the first ad that kind of the first thing I put up here because I think it's going to benefit you. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I really want to benefit you. Then I put my Twitter, I put my Coinbase account. So if you want to join Coinbase, you can click on this, and Samuel invited you to try Coinbase, and we both get $10, right? So Coinbase is the world's most trusted place to buy and sell cryptocurrency. Open an account today. If you buy or sell $100 or more, you'll receive $10 worth of free Bitcoin. So will I. So if you sign up with my link, you get $10 free, and so do I. Instead of just going and signing up, you don't get the $10 free. So I'm just literally giving you $10 for free if you were going to buy Bitcoin anyway. No Ponzi scheme. And then I just have my donation links for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash, and a disclaimer. I'm not coming at people trying to get them to use 10 times leverage. I'm not trying to use my channel to take money from people. I do this for the love of doing it. Honest, true story. I really love watching the markets. I love talking about the markets. I love going over gold, crypto, and all sorts of things of that nature. So, yeah, but I see this as the best play in the market right now, JNUG, and I think it could actually pay off pretty well. It is taking a hit with the market, which I find a little strange, but hey, I do believe gold is going to have its day in the sun very, very soon. Okay, let's look at crypto. And again, I was going to show you the juxtaposition of gold and crypto. So here's gold's chart. Okay, very similar to the run up in 2017, and then we had our drought and our trough. We have a rounded bottom, which is extremely bullish pattern, suggesting our bottom here at 1050. Now let's go to the Bitcoin chart. We have our run up, we have our bottom. We're in a run up, and we're not rounded bottom as much, but here we're starting to have a rounded bottom right here. And if you don't believe me, I can show you the rounded bottom, which is a very bullish thing, these rounded bottoms. We do have to be very careful. We're at a very hard level of support right now, and if we break it, it's a chance we do go to 6,500. Very strong chance. And I even want to kind of push this out a little bit and say, you know what, we just got hit hard right there. But this is a rounded bottom. We should maybe come back. We're at the bottom of the trend line. It's a great place to buy Bitcoin, in my opinion. My title states why I bought more Bitcoin. Just the other day, I bought a half a Bitcoin at $77.50. And I use something also called Market Cipher, if you know what it is and if you're into it. Market Cipher does is it shows me bottoms really well with these green dots, especially on the daily. So let me show you how this works. You have to program this. I'm gonna have to do a whole deep dive on this. This is like another level of trading. I don't usually talk about this because I really want to do the basics, and I want people to understand MACD, RSI, volume, and moving averages. If you can get your hands around that, then you can go from there, right? There's also a MACD strategy, which is telling you when to buy and sell, right? So we haven't gotten a buy signal yet, but we have gotten a sell signal up here. It would have told you to sell the top. It's pretty awesome, those signals. Turn them off for a second. They tend to be a little annoying for me. I want to turn that off. I want to turn MACD strategy off. Okay. Now, this is the MACD right here, which is the moving average convergence and divergence. We look like we're about to have a little bit of a cross here. We're curving up. So to me, that says Bitcoin is going to bounce off this trend line. We're also very, very oversold on the stochastics RSI, extremely oversold. We're in a great place to accumulate. Look, if you bought it down here at any moment in this area when we have the double, like, look, we're down. And we're down in other places too, but look, here you would have made the money on the move. If you bought around this area, you would have bought here, and boom, we went up. How much did we go up? That was a measured move of 54%. So I think there's some big gains coming my way for Bitcoin. And how we use this is we have the money line, which is this green line here, and it has to be up in the green. If it's down in the red, that means the money's getting sucked out. Like, see during this huge run up here in June up to 13,000, see how strong the green money line is? You guys seeing the money line that I'm talking about? This green wave. It's hard to see, but you can see it there. Now, these show you like movements and waves, and these greens represent bottoms, okay? Look at the green dot right here. That was the bottom at 3,000. So this green dot nailed the bottom. Like, it told you, hey, this is time to buy. Here again, it said, hey, we are hitting another bottom. I think it's time. Had you listened to these two green dots, you would have made an absolute killing. You would have gotten in at 3 and out at 13,000. You would have quadrupled, more than quadrupled your money, about 460%. I think I'm right. Let's see how quick my brain did the math there. No, it wasn't perfect. I don't understand though. That's 3,300 times 4. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so 285%. Huh. 3,300 times 3 though is 9, and then the 3 times is 99. So 99 would have given you 300. Yeah, whatever. 333% gains. That's my number too, 333, which is really weird. When that comes up, I know something is happening. So that's a good sign as well. So I chose to use this green dot as my bottom here, as you can see. Definitely had a bottom. So we're calling it. We bottom down here too. It told you should have been accumulating. So these are great. These green dots are great places to accumulate. Let's look at this with XRP, because I haven't done this with XRP yet. And this is a really interesting chart. So let me move over to Crypto Life for one. Let's get XRP loaded up, because I know I have a lot of subscribers who like XRP. I have a huge bag. So let's check out XRP. No green dot yet, which is sad, because I would have liked to have seen a green dot. Where the green dot we did see here, 17. So look, that green dot right here called the bottom again. You want these to get really thick and the white line to start to curve in. When that curves in over that's a good sign. The money line's a little strong. We're not completely oversold yet. Let me show you what I was talking about with XRP. So this is clearly, if you can see it, this is what's called a head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. It's almost a complex head and shoulders, but this is clearly a head and shoulders. And I see this play out 9 out of 10 times. So what you have to do is take the head down to the neckline and then bring that all the way to the shoulder. And look, like, measured move down to 19. I said we were going to hit 18 cents again. I called 15 cents actually recently. I think we will go down to 15 cents. And why do I think that? Because we have more room on the stochastics RSI to get into the oversold region, which is below this dotted line. We haven't seen our green dot pop up yet on the daily. So, yeah, get ready to accumulate some more XRP in the cheap range. When will it actually pop? I mean, the good news on XRP is that it hit its biggest liquidity yesterday, like in the history of its life. Like, it's moving more XRP than ever. So, and here we can clearly show you this. 137.5 million XRP kicked between exchanges. XRP liquidity hits a new all-time high. XRP keeps raising its liquidity in quarters, working for the via on-demand liquidity, making the asset more popular for transnational remittances. While the XRP liquidity continues growing and reaching all new highs, market players are showing their interest in the third largest coin and moving big XRP stashes around. Transaction, 27.5 million XRP, new high for XRP flows via on-demand liquidity. So something I really have to talk about there. So I think we may come into a double bottom. I think we're forming a double bottom in XRP, which is going to be very, very bullish. Okay, so let me show you. Here's our first bottom right here. We're going to have a second bottom right here. It's a chance we go a little lower and we start to curve up. I can already kind of begin to show you the measured move on this double bottom. We want to go to the top of the W's and take this neckline. So it's like the top of this W here. See that line? So we're going to move. Let's make a line right there. And we're going to move this up. To this line here. I'm going to put it there. And from where we are, price somewhere at 27.20 and 7/10. A gain of 118% up to 45 cents. And if we break out of the rising wedge, if I go to like the 4-hour, maybe even the weekly. See, we're in a falling wedge. So, excuse me, a falling wedge. If we break out of the falling wedge, there's going to be some huge gains of even more. It looks like we'll go, you basically take the length of the falling wedge, something like this, and you bring it to the wedge where it's hopefully will break out somewhere around here. And that gives us a target of 77 cents, which would give us gains of upwards of 276%. And that will be just the beginning of a bull run for XRP. So I'm still bullish on XRP, and it's something that I'm watching a lot and I own a big bag of. So check that out. Let's check out Cardano. I don't look at Cardano a lot. It's something I just kind of let be. It's doing very similar to XRP. Look, we got our double bottom here, right? Very, very bullish signs again. We're going to take our neckline, bring it to the bottom, and bring it to the top of the W. And then we're going to get our target. We're going to take our measured move from there. Cardano up 300%. So, and that would put Cardano at 17 cents, and that would begin the beginning of a nice bull run for Cardano as well. We're not oversold yet, though. It looks like we have a little more down to kind of fill out this bottom, and then we're on our way. So I'm very bullish for Cardano. Atom, I love to play Atom. Let's see what it looks like right now. See it on the 4-hour. It's overbought, actually, on the 4-hour. We did have a bottom buy, though, right here. It said this was your time at 288. It called the green dot. See, it called the green dot here. Now, the green dot's coming multiple times. Doesn't mean you're always hitting the bottom, but usually it's close to the bottom. Like here, you would have a huge run up. If you're not taking profits on the way up, you got to take some profits after a green dot because there may be another lower green dot. That happens. But as I showed you on Bitcoin, it called that green dot almost perfectly. So, but this is called Market Cipher. This is its own beast. It's got a lot of indicators. It shows you divergences with these lines. It basically makes you a worse trader and a better trader because it shows you things you don't have to see. It just kind of gives them to you and lets you know about them. So the Dow now down 800 points. It's a bloodbath, and we're not even close to oversold in the stochastics RSI. So we have way more downtime. Telling you right now, we have bearish divergence. It's just not, it doesn't look good, folks. I'm not trying to be a doomsday prepper here, but I guess you might as well at this point. Let's look at it on the daily. I've been saying we will retrace all the way down the Fibonacci. I have a Fibonacci pulled here. I show you the 618 is at 15,000. So I say the Dow is going to go to 15,000 before it begins to recover. Yep. Now they're trying to call the bottom here for the Dow every time, but see, this is a different beast. So I don't know if you can always, if you have that many green dots, kind of is an indication that it's doing things very strange compared to its approximate estimation. Like basically the average of where the Dow is going. This is not the average. The Dow is way too high. It's gonna have to come back down. So this is just what I'm seeing for the Dow right now. Will JNUG make a bounce at 46? Let's see if JNUG has a green dot. No green dot for JNUG, which is not a good sign. Usually that means there could be a little more bottoming. Here at 31, we had our real bottom. You can see we love that trend line. I don't know. I think we have a new resistance flip here on this line. I think this line, I think we're basically at the bottom, but I could be wrong, but I'm calling kind of a bottom here. There is a green dot there. It's not perfectly where it needs to be, but I'm calling this as the bottom for JNUG. I think be a good time to get into more JNUG. I think it, yeah, not even what I think. That's what the charts are showing me. INO up another 25%. APT, Alpha Pro Tech, they also make masks and things of that nature. They're probably having huge sales, so they're up very big. And shorting the market would have been a good plan with SPXU. So I'm showing you how to stay afloat. IBO as well. And shorting gold, I guess, is also a good idea right now, which I can't understand why, but it is double topping. So it's on its way down and down and down. And if the gold short goes down, then you can bet your sweet pajamas that the gold bear will go up. So that's what I see for the markets right now. Let's go back to the Gus funds. We got 800. Amazon down 27 bucks, which is not bad, really, only 1%. Walmart only down 1%. So these long-term holds in Amazon and Walmart, they seem to be holding. They're doing a lot of sales, right? So they could be slowly uncorrelating themselves from the Dow, because the Dow's going down because of the coronavirus, and people are buying a lot of stuff at Walmart and Amazon because of the coronavirus. But what happens when the supply chain ends and Amazon can't get all the things? Like yesterday, my wife was unable to buy as many avocados as she wanted. That's kind of a little strange, right? Like, when was the last time you couldn't order what you wanted? And that lets you know something's on a rise, something strange. Okay. Bitcoin options volume surge during recent price drop. As far as trading, I'm not trading right now at all. Besides that Bitcoin buy, I'm going to stay on the sidelines for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. And, I want to just, sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. I'm be honest with you guys. Bitcoin price crash wipes out 200 million in longs. So Bitcoin was up to 81.50. You can see. Let's check out the 4 hour. So just like 12 hours ago, we went up to 81.5 and then just boom, took a dump. It looked like we're forming a double bottom too, though. Bottom, top, bottom. Could also be a little bit of a head and shoulders, but I just don't see that. We are overbought here, though, which is strange in the stochastics RSI, which means we have some room for downward movement. That kind of worries me a little bit. Let me look at a regular template. See, in the regular template, we are oversold, and we have a lot of room to move with a MACD turn coming. That's looking very bullish. Again, just hitting the bottom of this trend line, but we should curve up. Maybe a little more room down to 7,200 possibly, but I see, and I only bought half a Bitcoin, so even if it went down 800 bucks, I'd only be down $400. I see the worst that can happen is it goes down to 65, down $700. I can take that for a little while, and then we'll see what happens. I think it's way more upside than downside for buying Bitcoin right now, and I could be wrong and eat my words. This is just, you guys can check. After you listen to this, we can go back and see if any of my predictions were correct. H-bar making moves up 12% again. Coming back down to this trend line in my buy green box. See, possible retest. I called this right here. Buy in the green box. We went up, said buy in the green box. Sell target sell 40% and sell the rest up here for a gain of 90%. We're retesting right now. Little green, we can come up. We're not even overbought yet. So Hedera hash graph looks like it was the play, and we'll keep watching this for you guys, and we'll keep up to date with it. I talk about Kava a lot. I like Kava. I think it has room to move. I think it's a good coin. I think once we break this line, see this line I wrote here, I think that will become the new bottom. Basically, it's support and resistance. Like it was support. We broke through. It's kind of resistance. Now we're back above it again. I think it will hold support again as long as this market doesn't just completely tank over on us. Now Link, I was in a Link position and I got stopped out. Lost 25 bucks, not a lot. We do see a double top on Link, right? So the measured move for that would very similar to how we do a double bottom. So Link could come and retest this trend line down at 251. It's very possible, but it could stay in this rising wedge as well and break out. So if it breaks, basically I would buy Link right now. It's a good buy because it can hit this trend line. We have a MACD cross coming, not much too more. The RSI should turn, in my opinion. It could go down to oversold, but I like Link right now only because it's low risk. Because if I buy right now, I can put a stop loss right here at like 369, maybe even a little lower. And I don't know, I just think that's a good place because then you could ride this back up to the top trend line, which would give you gains of 22%. And then from there, you can take profits and wait for it to break out and buy the breakout, or it might come back down to the trend line. You could buy again. So moving my buy box for Link into this area here. And I think Link is this is a good place to accumulate some Link. A large Link position, or to slowly build a large Link position. I think I'm going to begin my large Link position at the end of the stream. I'm going to put my first 500 bucks into Link, and we'll see how that goes. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If there's anything other asset you want me to go over, let me know. I think we went over a lot of stuff, and we showed you what's happening with the markets. Let's go check back on the Dow one more time on the Gus funds. We're down 800 points. SPXU is up 8%. So shorting the market again was a good choice today. Can't hurt you. Why is the door slamming? So weird. Okay, we have Walmart, we have Amazon, JNUG, DJI, and shorting the market. Okay, so far the Dow is basically taking the biggest hit in JNUG, which I don't understand. It's a gold ETF. Do not understand why it's correlating itself with the market. But we are going to get this MACD turn. It's on its way. So this will turn white soon, and we will be off to the races. Mark my words. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, crypto is life. And if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. I'll be live tonight talking about coronavirus at 10 p.m. Be safe. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for everyone that joins the channel, leaves a comment,